Hello, Mom and Dad Meet World. So here we are again. So I think you've all seen this right here. This is an iPhone 13 mini right here. And what we've got next to it is an iPad mini. Yes, indeed. This is indeed the current generation iPad mini. It is already right here in a case and it's already been all set up, but you can see just how small and compact this mini is. It fits within the palm of my hand. Here is the box to it. You can see it is indeed an open box. This was indeed purchased at Best Buy just very recently, and the price of these things actually is quite expensive. Of course, if you can get a discount, you can get about $150 off of retail, which is what I suggest you do if you are indeed looking for a mini. So right now they're approximately $100 off of retail. And I think with it being open box, you get an additional $50 off of that price. So that would be a pretty darn good price. So very similarly, when we talk about these mini devices right here, we've got the 13 mini and the iPad mini 6th generation. This is the 64 gigabyte version right here. And this is actually the 256 gigabyte version of the 13 mini, but they do share the same CPU. That would be the A15 CPU that is located in both of these devices. Yes, they both share the same CPU. So this iPad is dating back to about 2021, so it is a couple years old, but I think with all the videos, I don't know if you've seen them, but I have indeed seen them on YouTube, that this device has become people's favorite devices, and I can clearly see why. Even though it is rocking a chip that is a couple generations old, just it being compact and small like this means you can easily take it with you pretty much anywhere. If there was a big enough shirt pocket or jeans pocket, yeah, I've even seen people put them in there, but it could easily slip inside a hoodie, a sweatshirt pocket, easily fit inside your laptop case, or pretty much just take with you with your stack of books. It is very travel friendly, should I say. So who is this iPad mini for? Well, I think if you are taking this with you to travel on vacation, this version is actually the cellular version also. So I've actually used this, just even though this was just bought, I've actually used this as a Wi-Fi hotspot for our MacBook. You can easily do that with it. It works very well for that. And just to overall use it as you would your regular iPad, just it being smaller. So you can go on here for YouTube, for Hulu, for Disney Plus, whatever streaming service you actually use. It's great for checking email, using it as your Kindle reader or Kindle app. And it's also great just for web browsing and also checking your news apps, depending on what news app you do have. So I could see definitely the merits of this thing. You do have this cutout right here with this particular case. This was just a very inexpensive case, just bought off of Amazon. It's got the magnetic close, but you see this right here. This is open. That is for your Apple Pencil 2nd generation. It will easily slide on there and pair. And then if you take a look down here at the bottom, you will actually notice there is not Lightning, but there is USB-C. So you do have USB-C, and you've also got on this particular side, you've got a Touch ID part right here that you can set up with multiple fingers if you so choose. And unlike the iPad 9th or 10th generation, we're talking about the bigger ones, this particular iPad does have a laminated display, so there is no gap between the actual glass and then the actual LCD display panel itself. This also does have a clear screen protector that has been put on it. It is not a tempered glass screen protector, but a regular, it's what they call PET film screen protector. All it is more or less just like the old school screen protectors. It's almost like a plastic film on here, but I do like having the plastic film on here as it keeps it nice and thin, especially for these cases. So there isn't that little bit of a gap where it's just a little bit thicker. So we're keeping this nice and small, but this is essentially the best of both worlds because it's got a lot of features of many modern iPads and iPhones with the USB-C, the Apple Pencil 2 support, and the display itself too. It is not 120 Hertz ProMotion, but it is regular 60 Hertz, but it also is a Retina display, so very, very sharp display. And it's quite a good looking display too, especially for what this device is. So biggest thing this device has going for it is going to be portability. Or if you're like me and in the kitchen right now, what are some use cases for it? Well, one of the use cases is if you are going to be making some chocolate chip cookies. I do have a pretty darn good recipe for that. You will see that link in the end, so stay tuned for the end of this video for that link. But chocolate chip cookies, you could just easily set this up right here, go to that recipe, and then put this on your counter and be making chocolate chip cookies, following step-by-step recipes and following along right on your iPad mini. So what else? All right, so check this out. One of the other cool things you can do is if you have a MacBook, and as long as you're signed in to the same Apple ID on both your MacBook and the iPad mini, is you go up here to this top right-hand corner, right next to date, is this control center right here, this icon. So click on it, and then you will click on screen mirroring, and then you will select the device you want to mirror or extend to. And so we're going to select the Mini 6. This is for the Mini 6 generation. So when I click on it, I'm going to go down here, and so this is my desktop wallpaper for the Mini 6. And what I can do is I can actually go over here to my displays, my display setting, and I actually don't like this sidebar and then this bottom part here. So what I can do is I can go ahead and click on the display here on Mini 6, and so show sidebar. I'm going to bring that from on the left to never, and if you take a look at what happens, it filled out the screen more. So I'm going to go back and click on it again. Show touch bar, it says on the bottom. I'm going to click on never and take a look. And so we now have a full-size display here on the iPad mini, and that is going to be my secondary display. It's just extending the display, and you can see that right here, where it's got the MacBook display and then it's got the other display sitting right next to it, which it is. And that comes in very, very helpful, especially if you are working on a spreadsheet, or if you've got multiple emails up, or if you've just got another document up. It comes in very, very handy. So that is another thing to do with your iPad mini, which is actually what I do a lot with not only the mini but the Pro. It's one of those things too that when you are here, maybe you are at a coffee shop where you just want to use something other than your phone, or you've got an iPad, and then you can just touch ID right in, and here you go. And maybe you want to put on a little bit of your news article right here, and you can do so with a screen just a little bit bigger than your iPad. And then you've also got cellular too built in, which is really, really nice. So there's another use too. So if you have a cellular version of the iPad, you can actually go into Maps and actually use this as your real-time GPS. And it will actually map you, because this does have built-in GPS in addition to the cellular. I believe that is only for the iPads with Wi-Fi and the cellular. I believe the Wi-Fi only models do not have this, but even if you did have a Wi-Fi only model, you could still grab your directions right here. So I think the main appeal of the iPad mini is how portable it is. So I had the iPad mini 1 and the iPad mini 2, and I thought they were super portable, just like the iPhone 13 mini. Same processor again. So I think it's a really, really good solution if you're looking for portability, inconspicuousness, and just overall something you can just take with you anywhere and everywhere. I think this would really thrive if you are going to a cafe, not necessarily to go get some work done, but if you're going to a cafe just to potentially read, use this as a Kindle app, or use this for your news or email, light work. I think it would work really, really well. Something where if you're going to do a little bit more work, I would probably recommend a MacBook, something with a keyboard and or trackpad, just to get that little bit more of productivity done. But as far as something you take with you anywhere and everywhere, this would definitely work very, very well. And I could say also, if you're going to be taking it on an airplane, it would probably work very, very well for an airplane, because you could just have it with you sitting right in front of you. It's taking up very little space, but yet it's going to be bigger than your phone as far as the screen goes for entertainment, or if you wanted to look for again, any light work, any light stuff that you're going to be doing. But if you're going to be looking at Kindle or a magazine online, this is going to be a great solution for that. But I also will say, just like the iPad mini 1 and iPad mini 2 that I did have in the past, I think that the processor, although it's not slow, it does feel just a tad little bit laggy. And with a new update, I would definitely pick up the brand new iPad 7 if and when it does come out. But even for the iPad mini 6, I think it's going to be a great little companion. Anybody looking for that secondary device to take with them and to just have portable. And the other thing is, if you can get this at a decent price, you can go ahead and pick this up, sell it when the new one comes out, or alternatively trade this one in to get just as much value as when you bought it. That is going to be a nice alternative also. So overall, the iPad mini 6, a great little portable device, best for on the go and for just being a very inconspicuous device, just like the iPhone 13 mini. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out our channel. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.